opinions expressed on the KrisAnne Hall Show are not necessarily those of the host or station management, but are definitely those of the founders of this nation. Connecting the dots of the Constitution for you like no one else can. The KrisAnne Hall Show. She's an attorney, a disabled U.S. Army veteran, an author, public speaker, mother, pastor's wife, and a patriot. She's KrisAnne Hall.
Any varmint that crosses that lady's path has met its match.
Rise and shine, liberty-loving patriots. Thursday morning is here, and we are in the midst of the greatest show on earth. A sucker is born every day, P.T. Barnum said, and guess what? Every once in a while, the sucker wakes up. And I'm so excited, can I just tell you, I'm so excited about what is going on in politics. And I'll have to tell you why, right? Because Thomas Jefferson told us that there would have to be a long train of abuses. And in that long train of abuses, people would have to become sick of the long train of abuses. You see, it's not just simply a long train of abuses, because that happens all the time. But when we get sick of the long train of abuses, then you know it's time to roll. And I just want to remind you my background, okay? I'm a recovering liberal. I was raised in a Democrat household. We were union-born, union-fed, and when we cut, we were union-bled. And when we died, we anticipated being union dead. I mean, being a union person is not simply a job. It is a culture. It is a way of life. And you do not dare do anything that would discredit the union or anyone who is reported by the union as supporting the union. That's why union people are staunchly Democrat, because the union mafioso have linked arms with the Democrats for so long that the Democrats having lost their way, the unions losing their way, nobody understands why that originally happened, how it originally happened. Nobody really understands anymore why the unions were originally formed. Having been raised in that environment, I've come to realize that the unfortunate reality is the union that my grandfather helped build is not the union that exists today. As a matter of fact, when you look the likes of Hava, the people that run the unions today have become the very same people that the unions were against when the likes of my grandfather formed them. And so, here we are, with these unions who do nothing but now follow the Democrats, and they're waking up. Waking up. I mean, when you have the likes of Hoffa coming out, you have to understand how huge this is. When you have the likes of Hoffa standing up and criticizing a Democratic platform, not simply criticizing it, but calling it a train wreck. Yeah, I know they were for it. I know the reason they were for it is they thought they were going to get exempted from it. And now that they're not, they're up against it. But you see, this is very important, because this is how tyrants work. Look at Stalin and Hitler. They killed people in their own leadership quite frequently. Because when you're Stalin and Hitler, you can't have someone in the leadership too long, because then the people might like them more than they like you, and you can't let that happen. You see, the Democrats cannot allow the unions to be independent. This is the first of the sacrifice of the tyrants, you see, because you cannot have the people listening to the unions. They must be submission and subjects to the government first, unions second. This is how this works. And the unions figuring this out are awakening some people that maybe I expected, maybe those of us who understand how history works, how tyranny works, sometimes expected it. But it's still amazing to watch nonetheless. Case in point, my father. I'm Daddy's girl. He would never do anything, to discredit what I do. He does not necessarily approve of my perspective. But he knew I came out of the womb like this. So he expects me to be this way. Case in point, my father, union baby boomer, starts texting me over the last few weeks, letting me know he's watching my Facebook page and listening to my radio show. Now, I'm sure that you think, well, he's your dad. Of course he is. No. You see, this union thing goes deeper than blood. And for my dad to be listening to my show, I've been doing this for over a year now. I've been engaged in teaching what I teach for almost 4 years now. 3 years ago, I took my dad to one of my teaching sessions right near his home. All I was teaching on was the genealogy of our Constitution. He got up and left in the first 15 minutes and said, you know what, I couldn't take any more of that crap. But now he's listening to the show. Now he's following me on Facebook. And he texts me yesterday because I sent him the picture that I sent, that I posted on Facebook of me and my son. And he said, I saw that on Facebook today, referring to the picture that I sent him. He says, I follow you there on Facebook. And then he says, I'm so tired of all this BS. All the politicians need to go. All of them are liars and thieves. Now, you and I probably understand that, but this is huge. This is huge. And I want to submit to you that if my union father baby boomer can think this way, there are a whole lot more people thinking this way too. And the interesting thing is, these crazy politicians think that this huge display that they're putting on is garnering them support. It is not. And when Obama decided to attack the World War II memorial and threaten World War II veterans, the arrogance of King Mary has finally become a thorn in his side. You see, these people that have supported him just because he's Democrat, supported him just because he's black, supported him perhaps because they like the utopian socialistic view. The generation of my father, they're not going to put up with this. They're not going to put up with some crazy politician attacking their fathers. Remember, I grew up learning from men like my father that the World War II generation was the greatest generation that ever lived. They still believe that. And as I teach just like throughout history, tyrants get greedy. Tyrants begin to misunderstand the very capacity of their tyranny. They get so full of themselves and start thinking that they are untouchable, omnipotent, and immortal. That they will commit fundamental errors because their character is fundamentally flawed, and the people will begin to see who they are. Generations of people are waking up to understand what kind of government we really, really have. You see, I've been saying this for quite some time now. These are the times that try men's souls. And in this awakening, this sifting of the real patriots, we will soon learn who is with us and who is not. And may I mention to you that you are going to become surprised in knowing who is with you and who is not. Thomas Paine said the summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will shrink from the service of his country, but those who stand by it now will gain the love and respect for generations to come. You see, your summer soldiers and your sunshine patriots, those aren't the Democrats and the progressives. Those are the ones that stood next to you in the rallies in Washington, D.C., who waved signs on the street corners, who campaigned for these, quote, conservative constitutionalists, end quote. These are the ones that say, you know what? I'm not gonna get involved anymore. It's too much of a sacrifice, or I don't have time for this, or oh my goodness, I've lost my job. I'm a federal employee. I've lost my job. Or, hey, look at all the people around me losing their jobs. I have to hold on to my job. These summer soldiers and sunshine patriots will declare that ease, life, estate is more important than liberty. But I say, give me liberty or give me death.
The KrisAnne Hall Show.
We cherish the moments we watch our children and grandchildren grow. We vow to love, protect, and provide for them and all of their dreams. This is our promise. Secure their future no matter what. Invest in life insurance from Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
For your insurance needs, call Butler Voss Insurance Agency, your local auto owner's insurance agent. Call 850-222-2340, 222-2340, or online at butler-voss.com.
Chris Kraft for Kraft Nissan. Our new lifetime warranty is a game changer for buying cars in Tallahassee and Thomasville. You already know it extends the factory powertrain warranty for unlimited miles and unlimited time. But here are the facts. Kraft Nissan's lifetime warranty is backed by Great American Insurance Company, an A-rated company that was founded in 1872 with billions in assets. The same company that underwrites GM's GMPP and Ford's Gap Insurance. Kraft Nissan's lifetime warranty comes with every new Nissan we sell and most pre-owned vehicles that are 5 years old or newer with 50,000 miles or less. While Kraft Nissan Service Department will certainly exceed your expectations and keep your records, you're not required to service with us. To maintain the warranty, you must perform the manufacturer's recommended maintenance and keep your records. You can do that at any licensed repair shop in the U.S. or Canada. It's that easy. What's the catch? There are no catches, hidden fees, or gimmicks. Kraft Nissan provides this product as an added value to our customers for doing business with us. The only catch? You have to buy your next vehicle from Kraft Nissan. Kraft Nissan, 3277 Mahan Drive between Academy Sports and Costco.
Pat Boone here. Liberty Double Eagle gold coins were minted way back in the 1800s, the wild, wild West. Double Eagles spanned the settling of the American frontier and dawning of the Industrial Revolution. Today, these gems are 285 times rarer than modern American gold eagles. These collectible treasures are 100% private asset. Right now, these 19th century U.S. gold coins in mint condition are just a few dollars more than common 20th century coins. So, if you own gold or if you've been considering buying gold, this is an extraordinary opportunity. Own a piece of American history that you can hold in your hand that's just as private today as it was 100 years ago. Call Swiss America now, 800-289-2646. That spells 800 BUICOIN. 800 buy coin now to reserve your historic Liberty gold coins at this very special price. 800 buy coin.
When you need electrical services anywhere in the greater Tallahassee area, there's only one name you need to know.
Lawson & Lawson Electric.
For 2 generations, there's only been one company that can handle any electrical project, from new construction to industrial to complete remodels, whether commercial or residential.
Lawson & Lawson Electric.
The reason they've won so many awards is because they've earned your trust with fair, consistent pricing, honesty, integrity, and quality workmanship they stand behind. That's why the best customer service experience you're ever going to have with an electrical company is with
Lawson & Lawson Electric.
The good guys. Guess who does the electrical work for so many local restaurants, department stores, retail centers, pharmacies, schools, churches, and too many others to mention?
Let me guess. Lawson & Lawson Electric.
Now you got it.
Check them out online at llelectrical.com. Call 562-4111. That's 562-4111 for Lawson & Lawson Electric. License number EC1 3002150.
On-call computer solutions. Call 224-1008. IT support 158.
Computer driving you insane? Check out our Fix It or It's Free guarantee.
Call 224-1008. IT support 158.
Hi, I'm Mike Frieder with On-Call Computer Solutions, here to tell you how to get rid of viruses, fix dead computers, broken laptop screens, and slay the dreaded blue screen of death. If you're having computer problems, there's a better way to handle it. Visit the award-winning local computer guys you already know and trust at On-Call Computer Solutions, home of the famous Fix It or It's Free guarantee. Bring your broken, beat down, or tired computer to our centrally located Manor at Midtown repair shop today and get it fixed for one low flat rate. It's time to end the insanity.
On-call computer solutions. We manage technology so you don't have to. Check us out online at TallahasseeBackup.com.
Hey Tallahassee, it's time to get on board the Gus Bus. The Jaguars have teamed up with WVFT Freedom 93.3 FM and Po' Boys Creole Cafe to offer you a new way to get to Jaguars games at a great low price. Catch round-trip transportation to Everbank Field on the Gus Bus, plus a Jaguars game ticket from just $50 per person per game. The Gus Bus leaves at 8:30 a.m. prior to each Jaguars home game from Po' Boys Killarn, 1425 Village Square Boulevard. Stop by Po' Boys Killarn for more information or call 904-633-5276 and book your seat on the Gus Bus today.
The KrisAnne Hall Show. She's Liberty's lobbyist.
Here we are, discussing liberty and tyranny as we always do on 93.3 Freedom FM. KrisAnne Hall here behind the Liberty First microphone. No man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism as well as the abilities of the very worthy gentlemen who are addressing our house. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen if, entertaining as I do, opinions of a character very opposite to theirs, I shall speak forth my sentiments freely, without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The questions before our government is one of awful moment to this country. For my own part, I consider it as nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery. and in proportion to the magnitude of the subject ought to be the freedom of debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at the truth and fulfill the great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. Should I keep back my opinions at such a time through fear of giving offense, I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my country and of an act of disloyalty to the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. Yet, when we speak our opinions, the crazy, whacked-out progressives have nothing to do but call names. Terrorist, anarchist, arsonists. Is it natural? Is it natural to man to indulge in the illusions of hope? Sure it is. We are apt to shut our eyes against a painful truth and listen to the song of that siren till she transforms us into beasts. Is this the part of wise men engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Are we supposed to be of the number of those having eyes see not, and having ears hear not, the things which so nearly concern the very temporal salvation? For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst and provide for it. But I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know no way of judging the future but by the past. And judging by the past, I wish to know what there has been in the conduct of our government in the last few years to justify those hopes with which gentlemen have been pleased to solace themselves. And the government? Is it that insidious smile with which our petition has been lately received? Trust it not, sir, it will prove to be a snare to your feet. Suffer not yourselves to be betrayed by a kiss. Ask yourselves how this gracious reception of our petition comports with these warlike preparations which cover our waters and darken our land. More men sent to hold down the World War II memorial than to defend our people in Benghazi. More arms and more ammunition in the hands of the Department of Homeland Security than our military holds. Armed SWAT teams, Department of Education, Department of Defense, Department of Health, the Federal Department of whatever. Are fleets and armies necessary to a work of love and reconciliation? I thought this was supposed to be an administration of unity. Are armed guards the work of love and reconciliation? Have we shown ourselves so unwilling to be reconciled that force must be called in to win back our love? Let us not deceive ourselves. These are the implements of war and subjugation, the last arguments to which kings resort. What are the means of this martial array if the purpose is not to be to force us to submission? Can you assign any other motive for it? Is there any other domestic army? They are meant for us. They can be meant for no other. And they are sent to bind and rivet upon us the chains of tyranny and slavery. I ask you, which will you be? A slave or a free man?
The KrisAnne Hall Show.
In a world where you work hard to enjoy your time off, the last thing you need is to walk into a hot home on a muggy North Florida summer day. But if you haven't had your unit serviced lately, this could be you. Don't wait until your AC breaks to get service. Schedule your maintenance visit now, because it's never cool to have a hot home. Turn to the experts at Barano & Carrier to find out more. BaranoAC.com. License number CAC 057652.
Efforts in Capitol Hill to end the government shutdown going nowhere.
House Democrats tried over and over to get a vote on a clean money bill to reopen the whole government, but they were repeatedly ruled out of order. Instead, Republicans pushed through piecemeal measures to reopen the national parks, to help the National Institutes of Health and its patients, and to pay for the District of Columbia. Democrats call these piecemeal bills political stunts.
That's ABC's Vic Ratner. Analysts say holiday sales will be impacted depending on how long the shutdown goes on. Church bus blew a tire on a Tennessee interstate, slammed into a big rig. 8 people in the bus killed, others critical. Tesla Motors says a fire in one of its electric cars started in the vehicle's battery pack. A piece of metal from the road may have caused that. Study finds most mothers can give birth to twins without a C-section, and 2 hikers still missing in the wilds of Washington State. Doug Limerick, ABC News.
ABC Network News on Freedom 93 FM is brought to you by Kraft Nissan.
Hey, boss, there it is. A dream come true. A house with a cable company alarm system.
Yeah, now let's hurry up and hit it before they give it back and get Safe Touch.
So, boss, what's the weakest point on these alarms? The fact that they only come with 3 windows or doors, or the fact that they have no smash and crash coverage?
Yeah, all I know is it makes our job a lot easier.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, here's the plan. You kick open the door, I'll bust up the all-in-one security system.
Got it. This is gonna be so easy. I love these cheap alarms. So, boss, when we steal the TVs, does that mean they'll be paying for 2 services they can't use?
Yeah, we'll make a bundle on a bundle.
Good one, boss.
I love bundling.
The security is no game. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. Only Safe Touch has a 45-second or less guaranteed verified response via our Safe Touch two-way communicator. And every Safe Touch system comes with at least 8 openings or more.
Call 385-9511 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Professional race car driver Dr. Mike Smith of Waterside Chiropractic has raced his Blue Coral Porsche Carrera on the most challenging racetracks in the country. He's the official doctor for many of the most famous names in racing. If you've been in a car accident, call Dr. Mike Smith at Waterside Chiropractic.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Smith at Waterside Chiropractic, where we offer the latest in computerized physical medicine for folks suffering from neck and back pain. If you've been in an auto accident and are suffering with neck and back pain, give us a call here at Waterside Chiropractic, and we'll get you feeling better fast.
Call 402-9060.
Attention, a very wealthy international benefactor now reveals money-making secrets used by the rich and powerful. Now you can learn how to make more money than you ever dreamed possible. Ancient secrets that have been used by members of secret societies for centuries are now being revealed. Now this money-making secret is being made available to the public. Receive the CD, Money Making Secrets Revealed, absolutely free. Learn how you can make money, achieve your dreams, eliminate debt, and develop super wealth. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and is available only for a limited time. Call and get Money Making Secrets Revealed absolutely free.
Call now for your free copy of Money Making Secrets Revealed. 800-859-6400. That's 800-859-6400. 800-859-6400. Call now.
Hi, Gene Deckeroff here for Tallahassee Dodge Chrysler Jeep, the Jeep headquarters of America. And during September, it is the Jeep Celebration event, and we have some incredible savings, like the Jeep Compass starting at just $18,999, and the Jeep Wrangler starting at $29,999. And come see the 2014 Jeep Patriot, a real value starting at just $18,495. Jeeps aren't the only great deal right now. Our all-new 2013 Dodge Dart is a sport 4-door starting at just $17,499. And we have over 25 Darts to choose from, and you're sure to find yours. These huge savings are going on during our Jeep Celebration event, only at Tallahassee Dodge Chrysler Jeep, home of the 1995 oil change, on the corner of West Tennessee and Capitol Circle, where we're right on the corner, and always right on the price. Price includes rebates and incentives, plus tax and dealer fee.
The KrisAnne Hall Show. She's Liberty's lobbyist.
Welcome back to the KrisAnne Hall Show. KrisAnne Hall here, behind the Liberty First microphone. ready to bring to you the truth that the government doesn't want you to know. And the truth is that people are waking up. Listen to this. South Carolina House passes a bill making Obamacare implementation a crime. Right? A crime. The state's Freedom of Health Care Protection Act intends to prohibit certain individuals from enforcing or attempting to enforce such unconstitutional laws and to establish criminal penalties and civil liability for violating this article. To restrain by temporary restraining order, temporary injunction, permanent injunction, any person who is believed to be causing harm to any person or business with the implementation of Obamacare. This is so awesome. Governor Nikki Haley says that South Carolina does not want and cannot afford the president's plan, not now, not ever. And she says, to that end, we will not pursue the type of government-run health exchanges being forced on us by Washington, despite those rose-colored rhetoric. But despite the rose-colored rhetoric coming out of D.C., these exchanges are nothing more than a way, listen to this is very important, nothing more than a way to make the state do the federal government's bidding. Now, she goes on to elaborate on that, but I want to stop right there because this is exactly what this is. It is nothing more than a way to make the states do the federal government's bidding, period. And since I am speaking in my state capital today, as I do every Monday through Friday, let me mention to our House of Representatives there in Tallahassee, you better follow the way of South Carolina. Because the people are waking up. Now is the time to get on the right path, guys. Now is the time to stop being wishy-washy. My representative, Elizabeth Porter, is a colossal disappointment. I don't know where you stand on this, local people that are listening to me, but Elizabeth Porter has been nothing but an expense of oxygen in Tallahassee. She's done absolutely nothing but flow with the breeze. Oh, I was for this until I was against this. And her political aide, Kobe, is about as corrupt and wicked as they could come. And for Elizabeth to be yoked up to this kind of a person just makes me wonder. Not really wonder, because I know what kind of a person Elizabeth really, really is. Because I supported her not knowing what was going on. You know, I mean, when it came down to it, there wasn't anybody really else to support. I fell into that the lesser of two evils kind of thing. So, never again, Elizabeth. Your wishy-washy jellyfish constituency is not going to, constitution, sorry. Your wishy-washy jellyfish constitution is not going to hold your office if I have to find someone to run against you myself. It's about time we get backbone in our houses. It's about time we clean our houses of the corruptions of the likes of Miss Porter's Kobe in tow. It's about time we get people that will stand up like they have in South Carolina, in Kansas, in Missouri, in these states that are standing up against this atrocity. Let's take a look at some things real quick here this morning. What exactly is essential, right? Because of this government shutdown, we are being told that non-essential government employees are being furloughed. Now, I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy. I think that the government should not have non-essential employees. The federal government anyway. I don't believe there should be such a thing as a non-essential federal government employee, because we should only have federal employees essential to the maintenance of our government. That's it. So what does the word essential mean? Now, I'm using Noah Webster's dictionary, because Noah Webster's dictionary is void of the progressive rewriting. Noah Webster, can I tell you, is probably one of the most brilliant people that our country has ever known. 18 years old during the Revolutionary War, engaged in the debates over the Bill of Rights, wrote a dictionary. He was trained at Harvard at the age of 16. And guess what? He had no formal education before that. Noah Webster was brilliant, and he was homeschooled. He was taught by his mother. Oh, gassed. He wasn't part of the government school system? Well, maybe there wasn't a government school system. Well, wake up, there was. And he wasn't part of it. And he grew up to write a dictionary. And according to Noah Webster, the word essential means necessary to the Constitution or the existence of a thing. Essential is necessary to the very existence of a thing. You do not exist without it. And so therefore, I believe, and count me wrong if you think, there should be no federal government employees that are not necessary to its existence. And therefore, non-essential employees are employees that are not necessary to their existence. We have let's put it this way. There are 800,000 non-essential employees. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, there are about 2.15 million non-postal federal employees. Okay, 2.15 million non-postal federal employees. Postal workers make up another almost 600,000, bringing the total to 2.7 million federal workers. Now, I think that we need to look at that from the proper perspective. Keep that in mind now, 2.7 million federal workers. Now, we don't include the postal workers of almost 600,000 because guess what? They actually bring in their own revenue. They're not being furloughed because the postal system brings in its own revenue. By the way, the two agencies that will have no furloughs are the U.S. Post Office and the Federal Reserve. Did you catch that? Because the post offices, they bring in their own revenue through postage stamps and the sale of posts and that sort of thing. What kind of revenue does the Federal Reserve bring in to hold their jobs in tow? Just asking. Okay, keep in mind, 2.7 million federal workers. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the largest employers in the United States, the largest private employers in the United States, number one, Walmart, 2.1 million employees. Our federal government employs 2.7 million people. Our federal government has become larger than the employers of Walmart, IBM, and McDonald's. McDonald's only employs 400,000 people. So if we're going to reach 2.7 million like we have in the federal government, we have to add the employees of Walmart, the employees of IBM, and the employees of General Motors, all in the same pot, just to equal the federal government. Do you see now why our country has been placed in panic mode over the shutdown of government? We are furloughing 800,000 non-essential employees who are not necessary for the existence of the federal government. That means we are furloughing the entire number of people that work for McDonald's and UPS. That's 800,000 people. 800,000 people work for McDonald's and UPS are being furloughed. See, I'm thinking we just need to take this opportunity to just clean house. There is no reason why the federal government should have more employees in total than Walmart, IBM, and General Motors. This is why we have become enslaved to the federal government, because we have so many people dependent upon the federal government. 2.7 million. 2.7 million. This is tyranny, ladies and gentlemen. And these tyrants in office have become so full of themselves that Harry Reid can hop up and say things like, we can't help one child with cancer. See, CNN is waking up even to this government. I'm telling you, the Democrats, the baby boomers, these supporters are understanding now what kind of people they have. From the words of my father, they're all thieves. All liars. Harry Reid, you're not helping yourself. You're just showing us who you really are. And a reporter from CNN asks Harry Reid, the Republicans have given you a bill to help fund the National Institutes of Health, which conducts clinical trials for cancer treatments. She says, if you can help one child with cancer, why wouldn't you do that? Harry Reid snarls back at her and says, why would we want to do that? The hallelujah chorus should go off right there. This is not about health care. This is about health insurance. The Affordable Health Care Act is not about health care. It is about health insurance. It has nothing to do with health care. They do not want you to have health care. They want you to buy their insurance, so we are further enslaved by the federal government. You have health insurance? Try to find a doctor to give you health care. But you see, that's not their concern, Harry Reid snarls. Why would we want to help children with cancer? We have people who are being furloughed who have problems of their own. Are you stinking kidding me, Harry? Hey, let's keep them talking up there in D.C. Keep them running their mouths. We'll figure out who they are.
The KrisAnne Hall Show.
If there's a new roof in your future, consider a metal roof from Metal Roofing Sales of Tallahassee. With a painted finish warranted for 40 years, a metal roof can save on your utility bill. Come by the showroom today to select your color if you want to do it yourself, or get an estimate to have the professionals install your new roof. 536-9123. That's the number for Metal Roofing Sales, owned and operated by the Garrison family here in Tallahassee for over 20 years. Metal Roofing Sales. Roofs you can love and forget for a lifetime.
Hey, this is Buddy from Dents Unlimited, where you get up to $500 towards any insurance claim. For over 15 years, we've been painting your vehicles. We're still doing collision repair, but now you have the option of trading it in for a newer one. We now offer auto and truck sales. We've moved to a new facility on North Monroe and Fred George. Dents Unlimited is now, drumroll please, Autos Unlimited. At Autos Unlimited, we have a great selection of vehicles priced under $10,000. We have vehicles as low as $1,500. Guaranteed financing, extended warranties available, and no credit application is refused. Not only do we have a great selection, but when you buy a vehicle at Autos Unlimited, your first oil change is free. That's right, I said free. As always, you get up to $500 towards any insurance claim. Check us out at autosoftally.com or call 671-3368 now. Autos Unlimited, your car's sweet home.
The 6 o'clock news with Frank Ranneke and Ann Howard, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. on Freedom 93 FM, is brought to you in part by the Gun Vault and Pawn, now located in the Public Shopping Center at Lake Ella. Online at TallahasseeGunVault.com.
Jason Butera here again for the Printery. You've heard me say how the Printery offers color copies every day starting at just 36 cents. But did you know that we also offer same-day turnaround? Free pickup and delivery, letterhead, envelopes, booklets, flyers, postcards, posters with foam core mounting, presentation binders with tabs. The Printery, home of 36-cent color copies every day. From business cards to banners, if it's ink on paper, we've got it covered. Call us today at 877-6418.
Doral Bank Florida pledges to serve customers with genuine care and concern and to serve our markets as a generous corporate citizen.
In Tallahassee, that approach is embodied by our commercial lender, Jack Kane. Jack's a valuable asset given his extensive banking experience and outstanding reputation, and he truly models Doral's commitment to community service.
If you're working to acquire, expand, or develop a business, Jack Kane is a good guy to know. He's a solid banker and he's good people.
Doral Bank Florida, home of genuine community banking. 914-2525. Member FDIC.
This is Bobby with Bobby Nita Gospel Music, 93.3 on Sunday afternoons. This coming Sunday we'll be coming on at 7 o'clock p.m. So tune in, listen to some good bluegrass gospel, southern gospel music.
The Good News Music Festival will be a full day of Christian music, food, general store, and crafts. Held on the grounds of the Madison Co-op Ministry at 135 Northeast Dill Street in Madison on October 12th. All proceeds from the festival will be donated to the Madison Youth Ranch. The festival is seeking sponsors to cover costs and allow them to donate all proceeds. For information, please contact Barbara Fairclough at 850-443-1405. That's 443-1405.
The KrisAnne Hall Show. She's Liberty's luckiest.
800,000 people furloughed. More people than work for McDonald's and UPS combined. But the federal government employs more people than work for Walmart, IBM, and General Motors combined. Now, I know that the auto industry works for the government now, but we're not including those in the number. 2.7 million people. Essential. We are told that only the essentials are kept, which is about 1.4 million. And so our federal government is telling us that 1.4 million people are necessary to the existence of the federal government. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. We don't need guards to close down the World War II memorial. We don't need those people. We had more guards to close down the World War II memorial than were sent to Benghazi to help those people, and they were being attacked by real terrorists. I suppose King Barry thinks that our World War II vets and anyone else who would want to visit the World War II memorial are terrorists. Do you know this might be slightly offensive, but let me ask you this question. Where is the National Park Service official that would actually prevent someone from entering into the World War II memorial? Where do we find someone that disgusting? And I'm sorry, I don't care if you wear a badge. I don't care who you work for. If you are going to stand out in front of a World War II memorial on the mall in Washington, D.C., and tell people that they cannot go inside, you are disgusting. You are repulsive to America. And you are not a patriot. Take your paycheck and go work somewhere else. 'Cause we don't need people like that. We shouldn't want people like that. Where are we going to find these people? Well, maybe these are the same people that would pay $98,670 for an outhouse. The Federal Bureau of Land Management, in the midst of our recession, in the midst of our budget crisis, has paid $98,670 to purchase and install an outhouse at Swede Park Trailhead in Alaska. I'm just asking you, is that essential? The company that sold this model of outhouse has it listed for $10,000, $9,999. So we paid $98,670 for a $10,000 outhouse. My goodness. That's a heck of an outhouse. I'm just saying. 10 grand for an outhouse? Are you kidding me? 98,000. Oh, well, here's the excuse. Ready? It covered $10,000 outhouse we paid $98,670 for. It covered the cost of materials, shipping and handling, and the earthwork to be done for a single waterless toilet. There's no plumbing. What earthwork? Oh, we got to pour foundation. Oh, okay. So we went from $10,000 to $99,000. Extortion. That's what this is. Flat out extortion. Let me ask you something. Because the Democrats want you to believe that they have all the power. That we, who are the real conservatives, that we're terrorists, that we have no power, that all we are a bunch of whining babies who want, and I've had this attack on Facebook. Oh, you just want old people to die. You just want children to die. That's why you don't want health care. No. Because you see, it's not about health care, you bloomin' idiot. They're not giving you health care. They're making you buy health insurance. They're not providing you with any better health care. As a matter of fact, it's going to get worse because you're going to be hard-pressed to find a doctor who's going to want to operate under this tyranny. Meanwhile, you're being forced into buying health care, right? Forced into buying health care. And if you choose to opt out, just like the man in Hawaii did, you'll get a letter from the IRS saying you will be fined $400,000. No, you'll be fined $4,000 if you refuse to comply. Yeah. And we're going to fine you, and we're going to garnish your wages, and we're going to put a civil lien on your home. Listen to Patrick Henry. They tell us, sir, that we are weak, unable to cope with so formidable an adversary. But let me ask you what Patrick Henry asked. When shall we be stronger? Will it be the next week or the next year? Will it be when we are totally disarmed? And when the government will be stationed in every house? Shall we gather strength by irresolution in action? Shall we acquire the means of effectual resistance by lying supinely on our backs and hugging the delusive phantom of hope until our enemies shall have bound us hand and foot? We are not weak if we make proper use of those means which... I'm so frustrated. We are not weak if we make proper use of those means which the God of nature have placed in our power. We are armed in the holy cause of liberty in such a country as that which we possess are invincible by any force which our enemy can send against us. And we shall not fight our battles alone. There is a just God who presides over destinies of nations, who will rise up friends to our defense. The battle is not for just simply the brave and the strong, the vigilant and the active as well. Our chains are forged. Their clanking may be heard. Give me liberty or give me death. Where do you stand? Stand with us. God bless.